Hello and welcome. Welcome to our research and publication webinar series. And also let me acknowledge my senior editors who have been the role models and mentors in our publication communities. So I like to request all of you using in the chat room to answer this question. Type the name of the journals where you would like to publish your article or essay. Just you know type the name of the journal that you would like to publish, or any journals that you are interested or that you think these are the important journals in your field. So in the next round of the sessions, we are looking into peer review process. Um, Here are the few indicators why you are interested to become a peer reviewer. The motivation is very personal. It's just increasing the knowledge. You are the scholar in the field. You like to know what's happening. You like to be in touch with the authors, and then also expand your personal professional relationship as a scholar in the field. And also when you review, you can list those journals on your CV, on your resume, and that those things are the part of the service, and they count. If you are professors, if you are a big want to be a professor, it's definitely they count as a part of your service. So for the knowledge, to build the relationship, and to list them on the CV, these are the basic motivation to become a reviewers. And then the tips here you can see on my screen. The accept the review invitation if you find the time to do so. You may need an hour or so, depending on the type of manuscript. It may take 1 hour or maybe 2 hours to read and evaluate it. If you are super busy, if your time does not allow, please immediately decline the invitation, so that as an editor we can I can assign it to the another reviewers. Do not wait the last minute to decline the invitation, and then do not email editors in the last minute saying, after waiting 2 months, and you are emailing back to editors saying, I am busy, sorry, I cannot review it. If you are busy, just tell us, no, let us know. This is the best thing. And if you have doubts about the data analysis, citation, or anything about the manuscript you are reviewing, you are assigned, do not share a copy with others. We are required to have a confidential, this information. So the only person you can connect or communicate regarding the anything, any red flags of the manuscript, is your editors. And our journals are blind review, and we like to maintain the confidentiality of the authors. So you are the reviewers, do not post on any social media or upload anywhere else. So the best thing, the only tips advice is, I know we are super busy, you might be receiving too many invitation from us. As soon as you are available, your time allows, for maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, go ahead and accept. Otherwise, do not accept the invitation, because this will help us to find another reviewers and move the review process fast. We really want our authors happy and also reviewers happy, to understand the situation. All right, thank you. And the next thing is, these are the areas to pay super attention when you are reviewing a manuscript. If you are new in the field, again, we'll have another breakout session, and you will learn from our editors and the experienced reviewers. We like to have your comment on the title, abstract, overall language, clarity, research method the author have used, either qual or quant or mixed method. You don't have to be the expert on every single component of the manuscript. If you are good in the language, you can talk about the language. If you are a research person, just tell us what was the research used and how you see it appropriate or inappropriate for that particular manuscript you are reviewing. If you are a qualitative researcher, do not worry too much about the statistical analysis. As long as you provide us the overall your feedback, then that's perfect. And then we also ask reviewers to have your profile updated on our portal of the review portal. Put your contact information, your area of interest, so that as an as an editor, I will be able to match your interest with the manuscript that we receive. As I said earlier, we receive over 2,000 manuscripts across our journals. So so when we have a reviewers with their interest aligned, that will definitely help us. So here is also another tips for you. As a reviewers, it's important that you provide as much detail as you can. It doesn't mean we are asking you to write 5 pages, detailed responses, maybe 1 page, that's perfect. And provide the constructive feedback rather than saying this is, the boring manuscript. Tell us why and how the author can make this article, improve, how he or she can improve those, areas. If the research method is not clear, then tell us why it was not clear. Was it about the instrument? Was it about the data analysis? Or was it about the number of participants? So your honest and frank, uh, feedback will help authors and the editors to make a good decision, timely decision. All right. Um, and if you have a questions, definitely we will have discussion in a few minutes. All right. And then we also we recognize our editors. We started this from the Journal of International Students, giving Editors Choice Award and Excellence in Peer Review Award. Dr. Chris Glass is taking a lead role, having this initiative across all of our journals. So we have an internal system to evaluate every single reviewers. We have a secret magic there, and that will let us know who have reviewed number of manuscript as well as the quality of reviews that we receive in. So please, make sure that your work is not, ignored. We definitely want to recognize you and provide the certificates as well. That will help for your tenure and promotion as well as the other, professional development. All right, then some of our journals are already listed in many of the databases. A few journals are working towards to list in the Web of Science and Scopus. And definitely, all articles are available in Google Scholars and many of the databases, including Eric and other platform. So this is the time to have another breakout session. Again, you will get a chance to interact somebody new this time that we ran across all of our journals. We do special issues, so please review them in Open Journals System, ojed.org. Here are the few examples. We did the SOCA approaches in education, special issues in the Journal of Interdisciplinary Studies, Bahasa Indonesia. This is completely different language, Bahasa Indonesia, and the editor of this issue is also with us this morning. And also we did the Chinese. Every single article are written in Chinese. So this is also something we are doing. So do not worry too much, thinking that you are having some, difficulties writing in English. We also published non-English articles. So this is the expansion of bilingual approach in our journals. And if you are interested to launch or to, lead the non-English edition in your language, please let us know. We'll work toward, sometime next year or so. Also, we have the contract with this big publishing house, so you can see few titles on the way, and these are the books we have in the pipeline. Roughly 10 or 15 books are coming in collaboration with our Open Journals in Education and Star Scholars Network. And if you have a questions, if you still want to submit something, let us know. We are very open. Then these are our partner association, including the STAR Network, Euro Students, CIES Special Interest Group in the Study Abroad and International Student, World Council, Gateway International. These are our partners. And also we sent out our Global Connection newsletter to at least 17,000 people across the globe. And then these are our page views every year. They are different. They are increasing at least twice every year. And also here you can see on my screen the name of the journals. I hope some of you had a chance to interact with the editor, founding editor of these journals, and then we'll have a follow-up questions in a few minutes. This is the first book we published from our series. So in any of our books, you will see the logo of these institutions. So Routledge this is the first book, and this is something we were able to do recently. So my colleague Suzanne and I, happened to complete this first book project. And Suzanne was doctoral student when I met. So doctoral students are potential for any of these book projects. Please collaborate with your professors, with any editors. Dr. Saleh and I remember our conference in Mexico City in 2018. That's where I met Suzanne, and we talk about the book project. So please feel free to reach out your ideas. We are very open. And the Star is organizing a large-scale conference December
It's 11 o'clock.
December 6, 7, 8, and December 8 is the evening. December 8, we are honoring Noam Chomsky, and he's our guest speaker. Those who are interested in linguistic, please feel free to join. I will be sending you the link how to join. This is a virtual one and free for all the scholars. Now let's open for the discussion. I know you have a very interesting questions waiting for us. So in next couple of minutes, we will take questions. Any questions is good question. And we have editors, reviewers, authors in the room, and we take questions, please.
I have a quick one. When I get invitations to review, I do tend to answer immediately. However, did I hear you say that you give them a time frame of 2 hours? Maybe I misheard.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Dale. Appreciate. What we do is usually we give a reviewer 6 weeks to review a manuscript. However, earlier I was telling our guest that it may take about an hour or 2 hours for you to read and submit your evaluation. I think it's 6 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to accept the invitation and another 4 weeks to review it.
Got it.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Good question. Thank you, Dr. Newson-Horst.
So okay, go ahead.
I just want to make a comment. I just kind of go in and look for the review schedule that's stated in the whole packet. And so that gives you specific information. This one I have, it says editor's request. This October the 11th, response due date, okay, October 18th, and then the review due date is November 22nd. So you do get a timeline.
Yes.
Thank you. I just some clarification about fees. Can you talk more about that?
Dr. Saleh or Sarif?
In our OJD platform, we do not take any fee. Dr. Saleh can give the best answer.
We do not take any fees for our journal.
All right.
Dr. Bista, I wanted to say that I'm answering questions in the chat, so we won't be talking over each other. So a couple of people ask questions, I answer to the best of my abilities in the chat.
So I have a question. You said that the time frame you suggest for the reviewers is between 1 and 2 hours. And it's been my experience over years and years that sometimes the content of the article or the length of the article dictates a much longer time frame. And you cannot determine that simply from an abstract. So do you have any way of communicating with your invited reviewers that to give it a proper review? I mean, if you tell them 1 or 2 hours, then they will fit 1 or 2 hours, but that may not be a proper or fair review for a particular article. So do you give them any feedback that suggests that there's a variable amount of time for doing that?
Professor Morgan has raised a good question here. Yes, that's the reality. Reality bites. Depending on our experience, many of us are experienced and we know where to look into. But simply, as Professor Morgan said, do not make a decision based on abstracts. Depending on your area of expertise, let's say you are expert in research methods, just take a look those areas. If you are not linguistic, if you are not comfortable about pointing out the grammars and other things, the another reviewers will take a look. Since we know we pair with at least 2 or 3 reviewers, that's how we match. And we are not expecting you to spend times looking into statistical analysis and getting knowledge yourself. So I think it's fair to say somewhere 1 hour or 2 hours to provide your fair evaluation. But yes, for the new reviewers, sometimes it may take more than that. And if you do not like the article that we assign, let us know. So we assign you another articles. And simply do not make your recommendation something accept or revise. Tell us why to accept or why to revise. Those things will help us to make decision very well. I see another question in the room. can you tell us about the copy editing process? All of our journals do have a set of copy editors. Copy editors are the proofreader, in other words, but they provide more than that. If the copy editors did not like, or if there are red flags, even the research method, something, they often consult with us. Some journals have a paid copy editors, some have a volunteer copy editors. Depending on our financial structures, many of our copy editors are volunteers. In fact, all members in the journals are volunteer. And we wish you happy.
Thank you.
Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Miracle.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
So
better
I'm looking
message.
forward for your information about the one with Noam Chomsky.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Bista. Thank you.
And we will receive the slide.
Thank you.